You know what we did not do ahead of time?
Think about our weirdness.
Well, this is how we were.
It's naturally weird.
Are we ready?
We're ready.
It's currently May.
All that I do is not enough for you. Oh. That's my inner Britney.
But also we told one of our listeners that we would sing 1960s musical theater.
Oh, yeah.
Doe, a deer, a female deer, Ray, a drop of golden sun, me, a name I call myself, far, a long, long way to run, and we'll stop there.
For your sake.
Oh my goodness. Friday Night Live.
Yes, I've been dying to hear your story, though.
Okay,
So we're going to cut to it.
You ever just have a hankering for a Dr. Pepper?
Yes.
Who
doesn't? I was like, yeah.
So I'm going to the fridge. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to get a Dr. Pepper. And then I pick this up. I want you to take this from my hand.
But look at the top.
And I picked this up, and it was a can of lies.
Oh, man.
And so then I was wondering, well, what's in it? So then I figured we could just open it together. But
what if it smells?
Well, let's find out. You gonna call dibs?
Oh, just cracked. No fizz. Is it like helium? Can you?
So, what it smells like.
Aluminum?
Wait, hold on. We gotta look at the
Oh my god. Wait, science. You gotta walk.
wafting. We're wafting. It just smells like flat Dr. Pepper. Who knew?
It's 0 calories.
That was a good one. 0 calories.
Fat free.
0 happiness.
Has that ever happened to anyone else out there?
When you
Has
think
that happened to you?
when you think it's gonna be awesome and it's not.
No,
Yeah.
that situation happens all the time. I'll tell a really gross story.
Pray tell. Wait, first let me actually do this.
Oh, now that's what hopes and dreams are made of. No, for some reason we were in Sam's and there was like, it looked like a heaping frozen snow pile on some frozen item we were buying, and I was going to like eat it like snow, Nebraska kid, whatever.
Wait, how old are you?
Old enough that I should have known better.
Like yesterday kind of old, or?
No, kid.
Okay.
You know.
18.
6.
Okay.
And whatever I licked off that box.
Well, did you just like,
Was not snow.
or did you?
It
So
was like frozen slime. It was terrible.
what did you do?
Well, and then my mom asked me what I did, and I didn't want to tell her because it's embarrassing. So I just dry heaved these Sam's. But here I am today. I made it, y'all.
So whatever that was, we'll find out in about 20 years if that really affected her.
Don't lick the frozen stuff off of packaging.
It's not snow.
It's not snow.
It's not snow.
What is it in Elf? He says, don't eat the yellow snow or something like that.
That is in Monsters, Inc. But
Okay.
in Elf, it's don't chew the gum on the thing because it's not
yeah.
free candy.
Yes, that one.
Oh my goodness, I love Christmas so much. It made me go and think about Christmas. Okay,
welcome.
you know what? I'll close with the other story.
Okay.
Just don't let me forget.
Save one for the end.
Because I want to throw up now. So if I do tell the story, then I will in fact throw up.
We might get more views that way, but we'll
Not
lose
worth it.
some electronics in the process.
No, thank you. So, okay, we are actually right now in real time between 2 interviews of a power couple. So we just interviewed episode 48, and we are about to interview episode 51. So,
what? Oh yeah.
because we have episode 50, it's our golden episode. So we're gonna do some special things for you guys, our listeners, coming up. So make sure you're checking your email. We're gonna give away some stuff. It's gonna be awesome. So there's that. So we've got a state championship coach balling out of control, and we have a preacher, and it's going to be so awesome. So those will be after we finish the mini-series study part, which is actually next week.
Yeah. It was really good this last one. I was taking notes during the interview. That's how good
Such
it was.
wisdom.
Yes.
So this past Wednesday was episode 47, and that was all about refusing to be refused. So Marie opens up with a funny story about luggage and flights, so make sure you check out episode 47 to hear that story. But then we go straight into how to handle criticism, either taking it with a grain of salt, or it's good, we need to learn from it, or that person doesn't know what they're talking about and I don't even know them, they're not in my arena, so I'm not going to listen to that. So take it away, Faren.
Here I go. No, I think there's times that people give you advice, and my favorite advice, I've said it before, is when you get advice from people that don't have kids yet, and they're giving you advice on how to take care of your kid. And I mean, there's lots that come to mind, but Tori, man, she was a tough baby, and she would get herself so upset that if you couldn't calm her down in the first minute or two, she'd cry, scream cry for at least 30 minutes. Okay,
Not exaggerating.
No, she turned out okay too. But
So did you.
I made it through
the wilderness.
But if you could calm her down in the first minute or two, you were set. You were golden. And so I had someone very nicely tell me that I should just let her cry longer.
Are you gonna babysit for me?
I pick her up too soon. I'm not letting her just cry it out. And I said, okay, thank you for that. So that person was not around to see the times that I just let her cry it out, or couldn't get her calmed down in 1 or 2 minutes, or the 2 hours every night she would scream cry.
So
for no reason.
that person didn't qualify as being in Faren's arena.
Exactly. The only people in that arena were Jacob and I.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, Betty came and stayed at least one time because it was that bad. And we were like, we need sleep. And she's like, oh my gosh, yeah, not normal. Not normal. So anyways, you just gotta, sometimes, especially with parenting, do what works for you. The intentions were good. But I didn't have to sit there and question if I was doing something wrong. I didn't need to take that to heart. I very quickly brushed it off because this person had no idea.
It's kind of like when everyone is a good critic when it comes to movie watching. Like, the trailers come across and they're like, oh yeah, I'll go see that. Or like, oh no, that looks horrible, we're not gonna go see that. But they don't have any cinematography schooling underneath their belt. It's kind of like or some people, since they went to a doctor before, then they know what's gonna work or not work.
I've seen every season of Grey's Anatomy.
So for sure.
So
if I need heart surgery, can I come to you?
Yeah, and brain surgery too.
Great.
Brain transplant.
Not a thing.
You don't need it. You don't need it.
Do I?
No. But I really like this chapter because I think when people are told no, or by close loved ones and family and friends, don't do that. They're like, oh, you're right. I shouldn't do that. And there's good advice and times that maybe you should take that into consideration, but other times that you need to push on through. And that takes a lot of discernment, lots of prayer with God, and again, checking in with the right audience, the right critics, if you will.
Right. So if you need any tips on that, episode 47. This upcoming week is the final chapter that we're going to talk about of the book, and then we'll go into our interviews. So this is episode 48, it's chapter 10, and it's The World Needs Your Unique Gift. So everybody, God's given you a specific skill set or passion or some sort of drive towards something, and your job is to leverage it for good and not evil.
Yeah, I mean, in all reality, I could not be a surgeon. I could not cut somebody open, but by golly, I'm glad that there are people that are like, in Grey's Anatomy, I just want to cut someone open today. I'm glad that there's people that is their gifting.
Yeah, well, Dr. Torres, let's go crack some skulls.
Yeah.
Go, girl!
Yeah, just crack the right ones.
So not our forte, but we talk about something called imposter syndrome. So we're just going to kind of talk about what imposter syndrome means, because you might hear it in your head as lack of confidence or a limiting belief, or you don't feel like you could figure it out. So what are some questions that might be running through your head if you have imposter syndrome?
Well, I mean, when I first got a position teaching dyslexia, I wasn't entirely familiar with the dyslexia. And so immediately these parents, their kids are being identified as having dyslexia, and they're looking at me, and it's like, oh my gosh. You know, and I put a lot of pressure on myself, like, I need to be the expert. But here it is, month 1. And so, again, my self-expectations have always been high. But you can always respond to an answer with, that's a great question, let me do some research before I give you an answer. And so there's different ways to then go. You don't need to fake anything. It's okay to be vulnerable, but you want to, depending on the realm and your audience, you want to be careful. We talk about being vulnerable, but that doesn't mean just spilling your guts and letting it all hang out there. But I remember at the beginning of my career as a person, you know, who's supposed to be the expert on dyslexia, having that, like, I want to make this parent feel confident, and they just, you know, got this diagnosis for their child. I want to come in and, you know, save the day, but I don't know either, because sometimes what I was afraid I was going to have to say, but I think just knowing that everyone has a starting point. So
right, you talk a lot about not comparing yourself with someone in the race who's ahead of you. Like, they're 10 years ahead of you, so your year 1 is not going to look like their year 10. That's just math and experience math.
Oh,
it's
yes.
a thing.
No, I remember too going to different trainings and seeing the presenters and being like, oh my gosh, they know so much, I'm never gonna know as much as they know. But by golly, by the end of the year, some people are asking questions and you like answer it in your head, and then the presenter like says it the same thing, and you're like, oh,
Point Faren.
look, I learned something. No.
But yeah, so some questions in your head might be like, I am not qualified to do this, or she's doing that way better than I am, or someone else is already doing this, so I don't need to do it. But if God has called you to it, he is going to equip you to do it. It's kind of like with Moses, where God's like, all right, Moses, you're gonna have a little chat with Pharaoh. Pharaoh's gonna let you guys go. It's gonna be great. And Moses is like, oh, well, I stutter. And Moses is like, okay, here's Aaron, you got this. I got your back. And so he's like, all right, here we go. Do my job. So when I used to hate talking in front of people. Don't put me on a stage, don't give me a mic. I don't want to, no. Petrified, sweating, it was not a good look. So probably maybe 3 years ago, God started really putting it on my heart, like, you need to get over that, because this is something that you're going to be doing eventually. And I had no idea what that was going to be until about a year, really about this time last year. And then we were like, oh, a podcast. But that whole time I was like, no, God, I can't do that. I stutter. And so he doesn't send me Aaron, he sends me Faren.
Aaron 2.0.
And so it's just funny whenever you oh God, you're really funny. So you did the whole Faren Aaron joke and you made duckbill platypus. So
and shout out to you. You were on our church's live prayer night on Facebook.
Okay.
I think we have a whopping 3 viewers right now, but man, there was like 500.
Jill, Kim, Betsy,
Jacob was there for a minute.
Thank you. My wife's still working. Okay.
The kids probably said, where's mommy?
So to be transparent, I was definitely nervous when I got the phone call, like, hey, do you want to be on the thing? I wanted to say, I'm good. But then in the back of my head, God's like, hello. And I'm just like, I'm not having a good time, but I'm going to say yes. And so I'm praying, I'm texting Faren, I'm like, you need to start praying, like, and so hopefully I wasn't sweating too bad. No. I went back and watched the video. I was like, okay. I don't think I was like dripping off the camera, but
man, when they're like, you're representing all the women, mom, and teachers, I was like,
got it.
Why did they say that to her right before she was speaking? I saw a little eyebrow like go. No one else would know though.
Oh, except
study your face often. I'm right here.
Except now everybody knows, but that's fine. It's fine. Anyway, so again,
you nailed it.
a lot of it, so we always preach, like, man, courage is not just going out and doing stuff. It's being scared and doing it anyway. So did I need to do that? Yes. Was it terrifying? Yep.
How do you feel now that you did it?
I'm sweating right now talking about it.
Okay, but
are they gonna ask me again? I don't know.
So when I ask you again,
I'm gonna make myself say yes, because you're not gonna grow. You're gonna stay stuck and stagnant, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to be not helpful and unfruitful and not doing the right thing. So of course I'm gonna say yes every time, even if it's uncomfortable. And obviously you hold me accountable to that. And now all of you need to as well. Maybe I'll drag you on there with me next time.
What is it that Trent Shelton always talks about too? Thinks of himself like as a 100-year-old man.
Yeah, he goes back. He talks to his 90-year-old self.
90-year-old self. Yeah.
100 is probably like, I'm just trying to.
100, man. If you're 100, congratulations.
Shout out to you.
Congratulations.
But yes, he has conversations with 90-year-old Trent and says, if you say no to this, are you going to regret it? Marie Forleo has the 10-year test. In 10 years from now, what's going to happen if you wouldn't have said yes? So we grow by saying yes and staying aligned with what we're supposed to be doing. So
okay, Brooke, you convinced me. The world needs my gift, but I don't know what my gift is.
Oh, good. We're going to answer all of that next week. And we have a Passions and Giftings Finder, which is going to be really helpful for you to do before you listen to the episode or after. But if you are the one who wants to get the ball rolling and get it going, you can download that for free. It's on our website, or you can just email us at wittyandgrittypodcast@gmail.com and just say, hey, can I get that thing that you talked about? And I'll say yes. And we'll also link it below so you can click it and get it for free. Woo!
On the intranet.
On the mannernets.
That's what it is.
Wow, okay, so like we said earlier, we are sandwiching our life between two interviews, episode 49 and 51, and we already did 50.
Math. It's math, people. Picture a number line. That was not a number line.
We've got to go. So we're going to go do that thing, and thanks for everyone watching. If you like what you see and hear, bring a friend.
How could they not like?
I put on makeup today.
We did this for you. Okay? This headband did not just... Okay, maybe...
Oh, I forgot I was going to say my story.
Oh, what's the other vomit story?
If you've been around, you know that I hate snakes. Hate them.
Mm-hmm.
Hate with my whole heart. So this morning, I am about to walk into our bathroom, and then I see something on the ground, and then I say, hang on a minute, brain. That can't really be a snake. It's gotta be like a leaf thing. Kind of like how the last time I convinced myself it was spaghetti. Shirley, green, wiggly, still moving. Yeah, spaghetti.
Yeah.
So then I look at it again, I was like, that's alive. It's alive, and it's... And so then I was like, wait, this can't be right. And so then I look a little closer, and it has arms and legs. And then I decided, what kind of devil magic is this? Because it's not a snake, and it's not a lizard. It's an evolving snake into a lizard. What is it?
Like a tadpole out of water.
So then, after further research, it's a skink. A skink. And if you are like, what the heck is that? Google Texan skink looks like a snake. And then when you look at it, it looks like a snake, but it's got little bitty arms.
Like a T-Rex snake?
Exactly, Faren. Exactly. Except it cannot run 35 miles an hour. It's a little bit slower. Why do I know T-Rexes run at 35 miles an hour? That I do not know.
You love dinosaurs in Jurassic Park.
Accurate.
And Star Wars.
All. Where my geeks at? Anyway, so I am yelling at Morgan to come get it because, you know, if you take your eye off it, it's going to disappear, and then it's in your house, and then it's going to crawl into your face at some point. And so I'm staring at it and trying to keep the kids back. And so Morgan goes to get rid of it, and then part of its tail falls off.
Oh, no.
So it's like 3-inch skink, million other inches tail that looks like a snake, and its head looks like a snake. So then, hey, Brian. So then, T-Rex snake. And so then Morgan goes to step on it again, and the other half of its tail falls off, and it's still like... And at this time, I'm sure it's just like coming for my soul. And so then I'm like, Morgan, you have to kill it! And then he steps on it again and says, why won't you die? So, and then it is no longer a part of us.
Who had to wipe it up?
Morgan was like, okay, can you clean it up? I said, no, sir. And he goes, but I killed it. I said, and?
Okay, that was a rule in my classroom, because like
If
when
you
there'd
kill
be
it,
a
you clean it?
cricket or a spider, yeah. I'd had like pet-friendly people that would catch the crickets, but then I had the stompers, and if you stomp a cricket, it has that dead cricket smell, and then everyone's like walking there. So yeah, that was the rule, that if you smushed it, you had to clean it up.
So we did that rule because I wasn't going to touch that without me throwing up. And so now I actually want to throw up now that we've talked about that plus your slime.
If you miss that, you're gonna I'm not telling that.
Don't. Okay, we're going to go interview Paul. We'll talk to you guys later. All right, you going to bob or weave?
This button.
Bye.
All right. Bye. Look at my giant hand.
I love you.